Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel here in month of August. Today is actually August 22nd of 2023. So welcome back to my portal vortex of energies, right, of ascension and of liberation here, the cosmic beings here online, the cosmic angels here, and we're the indigo star galactic warriors helping humanity with the ascension, with the transition to the next octave, right? Harmonic universe number 2, soul connection consciousness expansion, living in peace, harmony, unity, Christos Sophia consciousness. So it's all about raising the frequency vibration, right? Meditating, going deep within, simplifying our lives, loving ourselves unconditionally, forgiving ourselves, and being compassionate witness to everything that is happening around us, even within us, right? We already came as masters of our energies, right? Those of the yoga tradition, being yogi, and so introducing yoga to military, right? The whole backlash of that kind of Satan kind of a Nazi Luciferian gestalt, okay, from those black projects, right? PSYOPs, the Men in Black, this military covered operations, right? So we're kind of diving deep and digging everything and shining as much light as possible, right? Because we already came ascended, with our particles, anti-particles being activated, right? And here we come to this dimension, extremely low dimensions, to this 3D matrix, and being totally disassembled, right? Totally, I have to say, even trashed. Our light body, our aura, energy field, right? Full of alien implants and this whole mind control, torture, terrorism. That's kind of what happens when you do not comply with the power elite, right? With the power elite, with the high echelon, right? They're running the AI goat mind algorithm, the god of all things, right? And they have highly advanced technology. Just let me see. There, somebody sent me a short video on TikTok. Linda Moulton, I think that's her name. She's been doing this. Whether research or exposing the UFO, and of course she had thousands of clients, right, talking about the human abduction syndromes, and the same thing, right? The human abduction military, there's a MyLab, it's called MyLab, and all these secret space programs there, and like I said, the dark projects, those negative aliens there, and we're in the world. What is this all about, right? And so for us, it's this is part of our mission assignment to bring it into disclosure, exposing the corruption in a military section, right? I mean, people would be surprised on those those higher densities, and in those invisible worlds, those dark entities, those black magicians, what they're doing behind the scenes is unfathomable, and it's all going to divine justice, right? And again, those who have the eyes to see, your third eye open, right? So superfood, distilled water, diet, fasting, raising the frequency vibration, chanting, japa mantra meditation, writing things down, clearing the negative ego, right? 12D shielding, protection, being the spiritual warrior, guys. It's a non-stop, right? And being vigilant and determined, right? And continuation and persistence and perseverance. I mean, this is how we are rolling here. So it's lots of spiritual discipline, lots of inner work, and dedication, devotion to the divine, right? Serving the Allah of one, right? To the infinite one. So anyway, so there's so much proof. I'm just kind of letting you know what I've got from that little video, that with the human abductions, why is it happening? Because the elite, or the negative aliens, right, they are harvesting genetic material from the earth. I'll show you the picture how the divine angelic human beings, this is your 12 strands of DNA, the diamond sun DNA, okay? And this is what they're trading on a black market. And that's what they're doing to children, right? With their kidnapping or torturing and drinking that substance, right? I'm not going to say the name. And because they covet, the design of the angelic divine luminous beings, right, is very precious. We're multidimensional beings, so time to wakey, time to wake up and start seeing things, right? Start differentiating things, what is right, what is wrong, and that's everybody's responsibility. Even again, I've been started reading this book again, right? And only through each of us, through our hearts, we are going to make the difference. Not somebody out there doing something for us. Yes, we are then joining them through our heart structure, through knowing ourselves, and through knowing our mission and sharing our gifts and talents. That's how we are exiting the matrix and creating this new earth, right? This new paradigm, the paradise, okay, of beauty, of abundance, of simplicity, but the richness of our heart, of our soul, and beauty of that inner spirit, that inner Christos, right? We're bringing the Christosophia back online, right? So the great invocation, guys, this been channeled by Alice Bailey a long time ago, right? And that the Christ returning back on earth is through the human heart. That's why we have the human heart grid, right? The crystalline grid, connecting to that, because we've been hooked here to this kind of black magic grid, or they were all these AI running through all these satellites, right? And it's running through also our computers, Wi-Fi's, 5G towers, and so on. So it's really going back to basics, back to nature, back to our heart, loving ourselves, doing the meditation, contemplation, writing things down, aligning with the law of one, understanding or knowing the universal laws, the 13 principles of natural laws, right? That's why we have the Galactic Codex, because we are dealing with aliens, and the good ETs are helping us, right? The Galactics, the Ashtar Galactical Man is helping us with the liberation, with the ascension, with the transition, with expansion of our consciousness, with the evolution, right? With spiritual growth. It's imminent. And so the second coming, the truth, let me see, the truth that behind all outer seeming, the motivating power of the universe is love. So love, right? Only through love we succeed, we win. Let there be light, victory of the light. And the truth that a great individuality came to earth, called by Christians the Christ, who embodies that love, is so that we could understand the truth that both love and intelligence, the supreme intelligence, not the AI of the archons, of the arachnoids, of the Tharolite, of that dark fleet, but of your divinity, of your true divine nature, that intelligence are effects of what is called the will of God, the law of one. That's what we're aligning ourselves, right? And even here the masters, right, in the Himalayas, right, the Mount Kailash, and like the ascended masters, the cosmic Christos, solo dragons, kings and queens, they represent that cosmic Christ consciousness, right? Aligning ourselves with that energies. He was making miracles here. Okay, we can levitate, activating our crystalline DNA, and awakening to that consciousness. We're multidimensional. We can levitate, we can bilocate, we can teleport, right? And of course, there's technology for that, make it more fun. But for me, as a yoga practitioner, as also doing meditation for 20-30 years, and of course Ayurveda, cooking Ayurvedically, Ayurveda diet, and now superfood or fasting, guys. This is how we speed up the spin of the electrons, right? That's how we are raising the frequency vibration. Invocation of the Vata flame, right? Very important. Saint Germain or Gam Ganapate Namaha, like chanting Ganesh, right? He's the healer, and so on. This is the way to go, to raise above it, to transcend, to exit, right? The inversions, the AI, inorganic intelligence of these proxy wars and all these fighting and the directed energy weapons and this propaganda, like with the climate, right? And with the fires going on, with the flooding going on, with these destructions going on, right? some part of it is also the magnetic field is changing. I mean, there's so much, guys, happening. This why, you know, I'm trying to say everything shortly in a multidimensional ways, right? Tectonic plates are shifting, right? We have the magnetic shift going on, we have the solar flares going on, then we have the aliens and good ETs and humanity, right? We're all kind of whether fighting or people surviving, and so many people are in pain. So that's why we have to meditate or we have to pray. And I mean, those who can, right? Because you can see all these limitations, restrictions, and how those certain individuals in those higher positions, you know, taking humanity as apes and living in a cave or in a horrible conditions, right? Just surviving instead of thriving, right? Our inheritance, our divine birthright is to be free, is to be abundant, is to ascend, to know our cosmic galactic history, to meet our star family, galactic family, and to be free. That's why we are resurrecting the original constitution of 1776. And of course, for our galactics is serving the law of one, the universal laws, the natural laws, right, of the infinite one. So anyway, and so there are the effects of what is called the will of God. And finally, the self-evident truth that only through humanity itself, guys, right? Through that heart can the divine plan work out. So the formula for, you know, exiting the matrix is within your heart. And the divine plan is instilled within your DNA. Yeah, your crystalline DNA, your diamond sun DNA. Okay, I'll show you the picture. The diamond sun DNA, 12 strands. This is the original divine blueprint. That's where we're heading. That's where we're going back home. Hari Om. Om. I do Om Namah Shivaya, right? Lots of chanting and so on. The primordial sound of all that is. You know, people would say, let there be light, right? But there's so many wisdoms and teachings of the true spiritual religion, whether from Zarathustra, Buddhism, Hinduism, right? And of course, the teachings of Yeshua. You know, to me, he was a Buddhist monk. He went to Himalaya to chant, to meditate. He was with the cosmic dragons, right? And he had his initiations there, and then he went to Egypt for his last initiation in order to ascend through the portal in Giza, right? Those pyramids with those underground chambers of kings and queens. Those are the Essene family. That's why instead of aligning with the AI timeline wars, right, we need to align with our true galactic, you know, Essene Christos family. Yeshua, King Arthur, right? What else we have here? Akhenaten, right? And not the AI version of the imposter. We're dealing with aliens, and again, I didn't finish the whole thing, right, with the alien abduction. Guys, they're in 10 dimension, 11 dimension, right? Do I have the, anyway, I'll show you a little bit later, okay? So that's why, you know, the star seeds are here, right? 3 waves of star seeds, right? The first born in 50s, 60s, then, you know, me mid 70s, 80s, and then of course we have after the what is it, in 1987 or in 2000, some of those star seeds or crystal children, right, indigo children. This template, this template of the diamond sun DNA is already being activated. They are vibrating extremely high. So for them, connect to their star family, galactic family, right, is just like this. And they don't have to go through painful situations like so many of us. They already kind of went through or is still going through. Now so many people are facing all these distractions because we've been blinded, or people been sleeping. They've been amnesia. This is not normal to live like this. Working, you know, paying bills, mortgages, you know, paying taxes to those black projects. And we have a dark fleet, you know, sitting at the White House, Pentagon, right? With their military grade technology, right? 100 years in the future. We have to awaken to all that. And so that's why doing the inner work, simplifying our lives and walking those energies of love and faith and trust and grace and gratitude is extremely important. Being compassionate witness. And so there's also lots of stories and dynamics and interesting situations among the elite. And so the justice will be served, absolutely. You know, everything is going to divine justice. But they play extremely important part of the evolution of humanity. That's why the star seeds, we're here like the ambassadors or so, just to harmonizing and balancing these energies, humanity where they are, right? And the elite and everything that was done to humanity on this planet, right? So we can come to some kind of middle point, right? Walking the yellow brick road, or walking the middle path, so important, because they're part of the entire structure here of this matrix that everybody was living in. And all these horrible things happening, right? It shows us, and even showed me, oh my goodness, who is doing this? What it is all about? Where's the platform for it? How come we're not learning this at school, right? So on my own, on my time, and also traveling across the United States almost twice, and it costs a lot of money, right? About the Sedona hiking and so on helped me. But I learned about the project paper with the Nazis coming over here, infiltrated the entire infrastructure, extremely advanced German scientists, even doctors, right? And some of them wanted to break away that from all these kind of regime, the Nazi, draconian, reptilian, hybrid Anunnaki, Gestapo regime. But anybody who wanted to speak something against the elite was, including JFK, Marilyn Monroe, and all these other whistleblowers. So that's why we have to be very careful what we are putting out there, because some of the stuff that is coming online and that is so much is monitored, right? You cannot talk about this stuff, right? Especially recently what happened in 2020, what's been happening and what people kind of were forced or complied with, right? We still have to keep our neutrality, and we have to be loving, like wishing somebody death. We're wishing death to ourselves. That's why we talk about what goes around comes around. That's the law of cause and effect, right? And now the boomerang effect is online. So what we are projecting out there, even to the elite, and of course some of those are extremely vicious entities, right? But again, but what I wanted to say, what we are projecting, put it out there, it will come back to us. Everything is a mirror, right? So the divine neutrality, being that 0 point, being in our heart, loving ourselves, taking care of ourselves, right? Forgiving ourselves and being spiritually selfish, and lighting the candle, right? The incense, saging. I mean, I just have this little room, but I constantly cleanse and clear, purify, right? I mean, at my little work, I clean tables, right? Busting tables, food runner, and just raising the frequency of the restaurant, of the people coming in and out, right? This is my service work, right? And I have to do this cosmic energy here, the galactic energy, right? And also working with the military, everything that was done to me, right? And it was a huge, big awakening, right? Introducing again yoga to military, what in the world start happening, and the backlash, right? So those are our lessons that we came here to learn, to expand our consciousness and to forgive. Because there is the planetary karma, collective karma, right? We had explosion of planets, whether Maldek, Tiamat, right? And Tara, okay? Then we had the cataclysm back there in Atlantis or Lemuria, right? But we're resurrecting the masculine energy of the Atlantean mind, resurrecting the Lemurian energies of the Lemurian heart. And then, of course, we had infiltration of the ancient Egypt, right? With all these, there was the original pantheon of the divine goddesses like Hathor, Isis, Sekhmet, Mot, right? let me see what else. That was the Horus, right? And the inverted version, you can see what the mafia, right, Khazar, mafia, right, is doing there in the Middle East, perverting the names of the goddesses, like the goddess Isis, right? And so those guys in the military, instead of being trained in martial art and understanding the exopolitics and the AI of those native aliens, so they can be the defenders of truth, right? Under the law of one, the Constitution of 1776, to me, many of them are extremely betrayed. They are duped. They are deceived. There's a mind control going on in the military, and not only mind control, there is sexual misery. There's a sexual slavery, astral slavery. There's abuse, violence, torture happening to them. And then they're being sent out there, right? And those who are highly advanced souls, those who are in those terroristic organization, right? In those black helicopters, right? Instructed to shoot innocent people there in Afghanistan or Iraq, Iran, right? So taking a pause, right? Breath work, breathing, meditating, because it's huge. We've been lied to for centuries, for millennia, right? And that information has been actually kind of dumbed down. I mean, we've been cut off from source 5,500 years ago, when the invasion of the ancient Egypt, when humanity were cut off from 10 strands of DNA, only 2 strands were left, and all the history of the ancient ones, of ETs, of UFO, was burned, whether library in Alexandria, right? And all these floodings, right? And whoever wants to say something, even in medieval ages, or like Joan d'Arc, right? Right? Doing this and so on, they all were burned at stake, right? Very powerful women. So this is the huge, guys. The Ascension is galactic, it's cosmic, it's supersonic, it's multi-layered, multi-dimensional, interdimensional, extra-dimensional, right? So, very important to taking care of ourselves. We are sound, light, frequency, vibration. We're spiritual beings or energy beings having human experience. So knowing ourselves, who we truly are, right? Know yourself and be free. This is, to me, the number one. Just focusing and reconnecting with your true essence, who you truly are. Of course, doing research and so on. And of course, helping others if you can. We are the column of light shining bright. We're holding the frequency of ascension. We're holding the frequency of this highest version of ascension. Okay. And through here educating and, to me, giving the information about the exopolitics, the agenda of those negative aliens, right? Just kind of helping to neutralize all these energies of that black magic grid, of those black magicians, of the mafia, right? That are behind all these criminal activities, the crimes against humanity, and it's unfathomable. And of course, you can talk about the corporations, and I cannot talk much about the the pharma and stuff like that, and FDA, CDC, and the three. I am dealing with the military section, so that was for me those dark avatars, all these clones, the Draco kind of. They can project themselves in human form of 3-letter agency and DARPA. Because there was an agreement why this body is walking, because there's an agreement between DARPA and the Ashtar Galactic Command. I have the project for perestroika in those military recruitments, right? All this renovation, all the change needs to happen, right? Because we've been also dealing with the silent weapons. And again, the military abductions, right? Is it Linda Moulton? She's reporting that they have time machines, alien incubators, right? In those, whether military underground bases on Antarctica. Moon is a satellite, right? With the false magnetism. Mars colonies, breakaway organizations, Nazi and Dracos, right? The Dark Fleet. Also in the White House here on Earth. It's all about tuning in to these energies of the individuals who represent the power elite, or who are the Illuminati, or who are in those highest positions. Okay. So, and we're dealing with ET hybrids, with clones, and highly advanced technology, right? And even documents are in majestic 12. That's why JFK need to go, Marilyn Monroe need to go, right? Also, what happened behind the back of Dwight Eisenhower, then he was warning about the military industrial complex, about the danger of all this, okay? And they have a cloak technology, guys, okay? Cloak technology, they can cloak, decloak, right? The Glocken technology, Nazi, right? Germany, the Nordics, right? Who are dealing with those negative aliens and with all these abductions, okay? And they can make their ships invisible to human eyes. And they have functioning, and it's functioning with self-activating software. And they are neutralizing gravity, and they project 3D hologram as camouflage that human eyes and minds cannot detect in the Earth environment. Okay, and you want to bring those guys into divine justice in those 3D buildings. They can pop up a hologram, right? They can pop up the entire building right there in front of you with their directed energy weapons. They can cause a stroke, heart attack. I've been dealing with all this because, you know, I've been infiltrated my aura energy field with alien implants. But of course there is a module right here, the Eurogamic system alien implant module, how we can decalcify from all that, right? So there was the Moloch thing, right? The crucifixion implants, the Zeta seals, the 666 Templars holographic inserts, and also medulla oblongata, right? That's how, this is the place where we are receiving cosmic energies. Also, when we are meditating, that's your 9th chakra already. And when your third eye is open, right, that's your 6th chakra. And crucifixion plants, they were burning the crown chakra, so we have no connection to our sacred heart. And that's what happens in those implants. That's why those guys, right, in the military, well, PTSD, I mean, psychosis, the psychopathy, how they are dissociated, disconnected from source, fragmented, mind compartmentalized, their DNA is fractured, damaged, their bioneurology, right? And they found themselves in electrostatic bodies, right? With in black goo, with dark holes in their aura energy field. And that's exactly what happened to me, right? So I am teaching, I'm talking about these kind of crazy things, right? And of course, all these inversions happening in their sexual organs and in their brain, right? It's called the direct programming. So they're just following the orders without contemplating, meditating, connecting to source, following their heart, connecting to their intuition. They're disconnected from their true divine nature. And then you see those horrible things happening in the Middle East, right? WikiLeaks. Look what happened to Julian Assange. Look what happened to that individual who sent those footages, right, of what is U.S. military doing in Middle East. So we need to start being responsible for ourselves, for our thoughts, for environment, and for emotions, right? Remembering who we truly are, remembering our mission, resurrecting our gifts and talents, and, right, here I'm embarking on my, this is my humanitarian project, right? Introducing it. yanakalai.com, right? You can find pretty much everything there. It's all in documents, Word, right? And this is how we are rolling here. And this is not an easy journey, but I just kind of wanted to let you know that the aliens or the Illuminati or the Anunnaki or the Zetas and everything. This is nothing new under the sun. But let's say we're just taking this version of our lives, right? This life, this timeline of this life, present life, okay? And it's already too much to grasp, right? It took me a decade just to kind of heal myself from all that, and just kind of connecting those dots, analyzing everything, because we've been all mind controlled, we've been programmed, we've been here in the matrix, right? All these implants or chemtrails, GMO food, fluoride in the water. And can you imagine, like, those guys in the military, some of them, what they're really going through, right? In those military bases with the, already kind of the Zeta alien machinery, like the net, the black magic net in those military bases, in that astral plane, right? And with those black magicians, and this abuse in recruitments, and drinking poisonous water, and eating horrible food, and to me it's a total devastation. I don't know, I'm really like some of those guys who are surviving. Those are extremely powerful souls, and they came here to make a difference. But I know so many beautiful souls, they were tortured, and they were tortured to death. And there's this brain to skull technology, right? So many of these, they committed a suicide. Actually, it was all pre-planned, premeditated. Just like 9/11, right? With the controlled demolition. Just like the fires in Canada or in Hawaii, right? We have to awaken to our true senses and start understanding and reading the structure of those negative ones, and bring the energies of our true divine essence, right, to make the difference. So anyway, this is all for today. I'll continue next time. There is much more to share. I'm just, I hope I inspire you, empower you, taking a moment for yourself. I'm going to the beach. I'm going to have my superfood or orange juice, okay, with hemp powder, moringa. I have tulsi moringa tea. I have hemp seeds. Did I say flax seeds, chia seeds? What else I have? Just kind of letting you know, we have to be taking care of ourselves, right? Drinking distilled water. I ordered Shilajit. There was a doctor from Honduras who also, he went to the Supreme Court. He was talking about how to cure all these illnesses. Mucus inflammation is the problem, guys. And then it's in Ayurveda, right? There is a food combining. There is like a protocol. What kind of food goes together? What kind of food doesn't go together? Food is medicine. Organic, like fruits and vegetables. How to cook Ayurvedically. I'm telling you, that's what helped me on my journey again of self-reassembling myself, right? Self-recovery, right? And kind of bringing myself back into sanity, into purity, into innocence, into who you truly am. Not what the DARPA, Gestapo, the MC, the MIC, what they were trying to do to me through all these implantations and abuse and violence and desecration, right, of my divine feminine, or my sexual energies. We came here again as a masters, or to become the master of ourselves, of our energies, especially of our sexual energies, right, of our mind, to embody and realize our soul essence, right? So having the purity and God sovereign free boundaries in your morphogenetic field, very important. Reading the data from the Akashic records, from your DNA, very important. And become the divine luminous human beings, whether of the angelic nature, right? I'm more of that Draco nature, right? Even like reptilian nature. Remember the Andromeda, right? There's a huge big constellation of ancient warriors of the Dracos and dragons and so on. And of course, I'm also resurrecting the energies of the solar dragons, the solar Christos founder races here who founded this universal time matrix. Okay, and you know, there's anyway, so just kind of, yeah, just kind of breathing, relaxing. There's lots of information, guys. Please take care of yourself, you know, take time for yourself, do what you love to do, just very important, because this is the time we're going through tests and tribulations, and you know, important to learn our lessons and important to be okay with it. And of course, working on that shadow, right, the shadow self. I am, you know, the shadow worker. We're trained in dark arts, right, the goddess kind of Kali energy. That's kind of what I've been embodying as well, right. Lots of demonic entities in those astral planes, and you know, those are on those higher positions. They're either possessed, obsessed, or they represent extremely vicious and dangerous entities. I mean, the black sun, right? Those are the black sun entities, and of that, you know, kind of Luciferian and satanic nature. So anyway, and I talk to you next time. Many blessings and namaste. Bye bye.